plan. Week number 10, definitely a great example of the agony and ecstasy that can happen in launching your own fashion business. When I discovered the remarkable results that everyday people like me were achieving through the Australian Institute of Creative Design's fashion mentoring program, I instantly knew that I had to give it a go to see if I could turn my own secret lifelong dream of creating a fashion label into a reality. But to really put it to the ultimate test, I decided to squeeze their normal program into an insanely short time frame. So I'll be fast-tracking 12 months worth of research, planning, branding, design, web development, production, marketing, customer service, growth management, and so much more to see if I can build a brand new fashion label from scratch in just 12 weeks. So this week I launched my Kickstarter campaign, which was really exciting to be able to get that on the road. Got all of my photos together, did a bunch of editing, did a fair amount of work on my website to get that on the road. Also worked with my marketing assistant on the Kickstarter campaign, and also did a fair bit of work marketing directly to my friends and fans on Facebook. 3 main challenges this week. First of all, and most importantly, sales. A very disappointing result at the outset of my launch of the Liberato Kickstarter campaign. Whilst we haven't started really marketing it yet, I did market through Facebook to a lot of my own friends and network in that channel, and I really expected a lot more. I ended up with 1 sale, which was great. You know, you've got to celebrate the small wins, but really, certainly nothing near the 20 sales at least that I need to fund that Kickstarter campaign. So the second challenge was really my own attitude in response to that. Now, I'm normally pretty good at just controlling my attitude, but it was really, I just felt really frustrated and disappointed that there wasn't a greater uptake. I guess I just overestimated how my own network would respond to this. So I had to work pretty hard at getting a good attitude and getting back on track with the work that I needed to do. The third main challenge this week was working with my marketing assistant. And I think as much as I would like to blame someone else other than myself, obviously I'm having trouble communicating in this short period of time what it is that I really want to do, how I want to present this brand, and what my preferred mode of marketing is for this. So the responses that I'm getting back are a little bit confusing from my marketing assistant, and I don't think it's just because English is her second language, because she has a very good grasp of English. I think there's just some communication issues that happen when you're not sitting down face to face with somebody who's helping you with this kind of thing. Communication is particularly important when there's a fast looming deadline, and this is certainly one of those times. Apart from just having the Kickstarter campaign online, the main opportunities this week are that I have a pretty large network in LinkedIn that I haven't tapped into yet. And LinkedIn, of course, is more about business. So I think considering that these are primarily shirts for businessmen, I think that could be a really great channel to start promoting this Kickstarter campaign through. The other opportunity this week is that as soon as I launched the Kickstarter campaign, I had a flood of emails from various people who are promoters of Kickstarter campaigns, people who have expertise in this specific area. And so whilst I'm not sure I will use any of them, if indeed it gets to the final hour and I'm really short on sales, then it's something that I could consider. The buzz this week was obviously launching the Kickstarter campaign, but also, more importantly, getting some really great feedback. And whilst I only got that 1 sale so far, there were a number of other people that did say that they were going to purchase a shirt through my Kickstarter campaign, so that's good news. What I've learned this week is, of course, the theme of the 12-week fashion launch, and that is that it's a ridiculously short time frame to be trying to do anything like this, particularly when you need marketing and promotion and you don't already have an audience. I think that's the crucial point. If I did already have an audience that I knew were ready to buy my shirts, then this would be far simpler, and I'm sure it would all roll out nicely in a much shorter time frame. As it is, we're having to work really hard now to get exposure in my target audience and hopefully a number of sales to come through before the Kickstarter campaign finishes. A much smarter approach would probably to spend at least the 12 weeks just on marketing alone, building an audience and a following and people who are ready to buy even before we'd launched. Of course, that takes a lot of planning and preparation and hard work, and there's no way we could have squeezed all of that into just the few weeks that we've really been working on the marketing for this Kickstarter campaign. So unfortunately, it's a lesson learned a little bit too late in this instance, but certainly for next time, I know what I'll be doing, and that's starting a whole lot earlier with the marketing. This week has been a pretty sharp reminder about patience. Only 24 hours into the launch, I'd completely lost my cool. I had a pretty bad attitude with a lot of frustration and disappointment, and it took a little while for me to get back on track and get refocused again on what needed to be done. That process would have been a lot easier if I had just stayed patient and understood that the process was still underway despite its poor beginnings. Well, the weeks are roaring past now. 10 weeks down, only 2 weeks left, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure right now to get this marketing right, to get the promotions out as quickly as possible. So next week is going to be all about marketing and sales. There will be nothing else on my schedule whatsoever. All going well, next week I'll be able to report a whole lot of sales, hopefully getting closer to a successful Kickstarter campaign and the official launch of Liberato clothing.